What's up, y'all, man? This is your boy Nero, man, and I just got done finishing Creature Commandos. I binge watched it all, and I got to say about the series. Some of y'all might want to know if it's worth watching or not. I would say it is, but that last episode, man, it pissed me off, man. I was mad. So we about to get into some spoilers. So if you haven't watched this show, click off the video and then come back later. This this show, man, like each episode, pretty much you got them doing their objective, and then it focused on one character where you find out their backstory and how they became what they are today in the series. And for every character, I mean, I felt sorry. I don't know who had the most tragic past. I would say Weasel. I thought his past was pretty bad with the kids and him trying to save them, but because of the cops, he wasn't able to save them. And that's one thing this show does. It really, if you didn't dislike cops before this show would definitely make you dislike the cops just because of everybody backstories and what the cops did. And then when you look at the guy who turns to radiation, the doctor guy, his backstory was really horrible, where he was working with the mob bosses and just to make a cure so that his family won't have to go through what his parents went through. And you see that the mob bosses killed his family and then they framed him for the murder, and then they tried to kill him, and then he got his revenge and became a mob boss himself. But what he went through was pretty bad as well. The bride, I would say her backstory, in my opinion, probably wasn't the saddest. It was I would say it was the most she could be okay with that. I mean, granted, the person she was falling for, was the person who created her, but at the same time, that guy, at least from what I believe, he was married. He was still married, so he wasn't that innocent. So when Frankenstein took him out, I didn't feel too bad for him. I was like, damn, it's messed up, but for him, I didn't feel too bad about it. And then when it comes with Nina, like, the world not accepting her father, doing everything he can to save her. Her mom walks out on her, and then eventually she becomes, the creature she is today. And then, her realizing people won't accept her, she goes to live in the wild, but then they end up capturing her, thinking she's some type of monster. Her father comes to try to save her, and he ends up dying by the cops. Like I said, if you weren't a fan of cops, this series would definitely make you not a fan. And then just like for Nina to be the one who died in the final episode, like I figured we would probably lose somebody. I thought it would be the doctor, maybe even Weasel, you know what I'm saying? But for it to be Nina, I was really upset, man. I was pretty damn upset. I thought maybe even Rick Flag might die because how injured he got in the battle against Clayface. But for it to be Nina, dang, man, she was the only good character in the series. Like, and I'm not saying good as in like best written. I'm saying good as in she's the only character who didn't commit a crime. She's the only character who's just was arrested just for being her. She was innocent. She didn't deserve to be free. She's never even killed nobody. And then when they talked her into doing it, she ends up getting killed in the process of trying to do it. And it hit hard, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting there like, yo, there's gotta be another episode, and maybe she got some type of healing factor we ain't aware of. She never walked back on screen, man. She died. And I guess you could blame Weasel. It was Weasel's fault. I do blame Weasel, man. Hey, man, I don't even rock with Weasel no more after this, man. I don't rock with him because he warned the princess and made the princess have a fighting chance to take out Nina. I'm assuming since she a princess, she had proper training on how to defend herself. Nina ain't have none of that. She ain't have no training. Like, she was on these missions, but she really ain't contribute. This would have been her first time contributing. And I really didn't even want her to, take out the princess, even though the princess was evil and stuff. I just didn't want that on the hands of Nina because who Nina was. I don't know, man. And then with the way the episode ended, where, I like the fact that the bride considered her to be her one true friend and avenged her. But man, that ending was crazy for me, man. I'm still at a loss of words, man. I really am. I mean, overall, the show was really good, but I'm starting to think when it comes to like the Matt Reeves and James Gunn universe, the good people get taken out first. They get taken out. But let me know y'all thoughts down below, man. Like, how y'all feel about Nina? That's what I'm really concerned. Like the overall show, amazing, a lot of great moments, a lot of sad moments, but the Nina part, man, that shit got me. But let me know, man. I'll catch y'all in the next one, yo. Peace.